So Forest are being linked with a Premier League striker, and oh my God, is he rubbish. Welcome to your Forest transfer news. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to your latest Forest transfer news. Coming up, I'm going to tell you about him. I don't want to, but I'm going to. I'll give you the latest on Read as yet another bid has been rejected on him. And where's Diomande, man? All the ITKs are saying it should be done this week. We'll wait and see. So make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed, and make sure to check out the sponsors of today's video, which is of course Oxford Natural, where you can get the supplement pills, these Optimum Days. Take them in the morning and they fire you up for the rest of the day. Can't you see I'm full of energy right now? I wish Forest was sharing the same, of course, energy in the transfer window, and you can get staggering results just like my mate Robbie here, Michael Owen as well, and get results like me. I'm moving in the right direction. Use code FFTV, get 70% off your first order. Okay, let's get into the news. Beto. So let me give you the good news, right? This is coming from the Daily Mail, so I'm ready to disregard this already. I'm just being like, no thanks. I don't think Glasner has lost his marbles since joining Forest. I really don't. I don't think Marinakis will ever lose his marbles, and I don't see how anyone would see anything in Beto other than a steaming pile of crap, because he is rubbish. The only team he can score against is us. Every time we play him, he seems to be scoring against us and we're sorting out his GA stats. Outside of that, I think any Evertonian would happily drive him down to Nottingham. I really would. I don't think any of them would be, protesting outside, I was going to say Goodison. What's it called now? Dickens' Son, isn't it? Stadium. Anyway, if he was to leave, I don't give this story any credence or anything whatsoever, and that may be copium from me. I've heard nothing from anyone about it. It's literally a one-liner that the Daily Mail have gone on to say that Forest are interested in Beto. And I want to say, Forest, if you're watching, Marinakis, you're my guy, man. What would this guy Cluffy say if he saw him in the Garibaldi, man? No. But would any of you take him? So look, I don't think it's a serious story. I think it's a throwaway comment. I think it's journalists trying to fill column inches or literally millimeters in this case. I would not take him at all. I think he's rubbish, man. Rubbish. Bring back Ayu is what I'd say ahead of him. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring it to you because that's what's doing the rounds. Outside of them, there's been nothing credible about it. Now you watch it. Here we go on this later on today, and I will cry. I will lose my crap on stream if Forest suddenly think the solution to our number 9 position is Beto. Maybe they think it's the old Brazilian Beto from the early 90s who used to play with Romario. It's not him. I know he did the baby celebration and everything. Not the same guy. Anyway, so that's the news on Beto. Let's move on to Read, where things are kind of moving in weird fashion. Now, it's understood that Read and Forest are in complete agreement in terms of personal terms. Contract agreed. I'm hearing 4 or 5 year contract deal on the table. He's happy to accept it. He wants to come to Forest. He wants to play for Glasner and everything like that. Feyenoord are willing to sell. Forest went in with a third bid. I think the last update I gave you was that Forest had put a second bid in for about 20 million euros. Now, Forest apparently, I don't know if this is exact or not, but Forest then upped the bid to 21 million euros. So 1 million euros from the previous bid to this bid. And Feyenoord have apparently rejected it and said, what are you doing here? They want 25 million euros. Now, to be fair to Feyenoord, their valuation hasn't really moved from day dot on this. They've always said, yeah, if he needs to go or if he wants to go, if someone wants him, our valuation is 25 million euros. Now, I get it. There's no real limit on the amount of bids you can put in. So maybe Forest will be like, all right, we'll go 21.5 on the next bid. But it's just dragging out. And if it was a player that no one knew or no one had heard of or wasn't good, then fine, creep that up until they say yes, play it like it's Football Manager. But in this instance, while Read isn't really being linked with many other clubs, pay the 25 million euros and get it done. Give him 21 plus 4 or whatever it is, or 23 plus 2. Just get it done before other clubs get interested, and then maybe the price goes up even further because we could get into a bidding war. So I would say, not that I have any say in it, 25 million is still an absolute bargain for him. Get it done, Forest, man. He's well worth it. So it still feels like it's going to happen. It still feels like all parties are, in talks. Like I said, Read and Forest are in complete agreement. It's now between Feyenoord and Forest. Now, I don't mind it this way. Like when Forest have done stuff in the past, remember when we were trying to get Jimenez, Forest and the club had agreed terms and fees and everything like that, but they still hadn't got agreements from players. Now, people say, oh, this is illegal now. Yeah, technically it is. You got to get permission from the club to speak to the player. But in the world that we're living in now, players and their agents do all kinds of, somersaults and stuff to be able to have those conversations first. And most clubs now will only approach the other club once they know that the player is in agreement and happy to leave. So I still think this one gets done. Timeframes on it, I don't know. Maybe the next bid is 21.2 million and Feyenoord will reject it again. So that's that one. Now on the Diomande stuff, there's so many things coming out saying it's going to be done in the next 24 hours. It's going to be done in the next 48 hours. It will be done by the end of the week. I think that this has a lot to do with the fact that Forest are playing Sporting. I think that people are putting 2 and 2 together and coming to something around 4, because I think we play them on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. It's our next fixture. So the clubs are already pretty much side by side. Forest are out in Portugal. We know Marinakis is out there as well. So there will be conversations going on right now. Whether or not this is a whole thing that, we just don't want Diomande to play against us on Friday, fine. I'm sure it's only a friendly. I mean, is it that deep? But I think I would go down the logic of I would expect it to be done by some point this week. Maybe they get it done before Friday so that he can have a little, goodbye wave around the stadium. I don't even know where they're playing it, or at least to their fans and everything before he moves on to Forest. I still expect this one to be done. So keep an eye on it, but I'm saying it from kind of my logic, not that I've heard this or seen this or whatever, but it should still be done. I think it'll be around 40 million euros, and I think that's an absolute bargain. But again, Forest just need to get it over the line before someone else comes sniffing in, and then suddenly there's a change of heart and the price tag goes up by 10, 20% or whatever it is. But again, that one is a case of we believe that the player and the club are all in agreement, as in Forest and Diomande. It's just a case of getting it over the line. So let's see how that goes. Now, speaking of playing and on the pitch, Forest did play a behind closed door friendly the other night where we drew 1 apiece. And I'm not reading anything into it at all. These behind the closed door friendly stuff, there's literally no real rules on it, and it's almost like an extended training session. I know you could say the same when it comes to friendlies, like you can make 1 billion subs and whatever, but these will be ones that you don't even class as a friendly. So yes, Jesus got another wonderful goal. That's 3 and 3 for him. We drew 1 apiece, but I can't even tell you who played and how good they played, because those games don't even get team sheets announced or anything like that. So the goal looked good. Nice finish by Jesus. He's absolutely on fire this pre-season, which is fantastic to see and good for us. But we kick it back off this Friday, of course, with the next pre-season game. And as we build closer to the start of the Premier League, it becomes more and more important. Fitness levels, the chemistry, the tactics, and everything else. So next key friendly is Friday. I won't concern yourselves too much with the 1-1 draw from the other day. But that's your Forest news. So get your thoughts in. Are we going to get Read and Diomande? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to check out Oxford Natural and use code FFTV for 70% off your first order. And we'll see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.